fuck over there?
I'm gonna fucking... And we're back.
Are we?
Yes.
It's fucking theoretical at this point. Okay. Tsalia.
Yes.
Standing before you is a young man with messy white hair that goes down to his jaw, as well as an oversized greatsword on his back. We need to talk.
I look him up and down. And you are? You said he had white hair, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember when you fought a statue that turns you into a pancake?
Vaguely.
He just kind of like makes a vague gesture with his hand. Nothing comes to mind there.
Give me a second. I'm trying to think. It's been a while. Again, vaguely.
You entered
But
my tomb and it tested you. Man.
Nope,
Bad
doesn't ring
memory.
any bells.
You're fucking with me, alright?
My real question is, how are you alive?
He looks at his hands. I'm alive?
Look very alive.
He once more kind of like motions around to the black void you both are standing in. I don't know. If I'm alive, then this is a pretty pale imitation of... well. Look. Let's cut the shit and cut to the chase. I'm Gio. You entered my tomb. You... I got your shit fucking rocked, but for what it's worth, you guys did well. You earned my blessing, so that counted. And I've been watching over you for quite some time now.
Alright, and what has brought you before me?
How much have the gods told you about your current mission?
Not much, honestly.
Alright, not much doesn't really help because that's kind of like their shtick, isn't it?
Well, I know that there's some evil god that may or may not be awakening. And they may not have said this, but evil god may or may not be awakening. Chosen to save the world. Yada yada yada. But that's pretty much all I can remember.
I'm kind of impressed. The fact that we're in a situation where the world hangs in the balance and you can't remember jack shit. Fuck it. This is what I'm working with. Right, okay.
I would like to make the comment that this is probably the most hilarious conversation we could come back to after 4 weeks of not doing anything, and us sitting here going, ah!
What the fuck is my character's last name again?
Listen, it's been a very long day. My memory's not up to speed yet.
Do you at least know the name of the god you're trying to fight?
I do. I have it written down here somewhere in my notes. I have it written somewhere down in the server.
It's Malakoth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Malakoth. And he's the one of shadows, correct?
Ah, thank the fucking gods you at least knew that. If you didn't know that, we were gonna have fucking problems. Right. You probably don't know too much about us. We were your predecessors.
That much I can tell. Aside from that, I know jack all.
I was getting to that. But you know, if you want to keep interrupting, we can do that and
Well, you
stay
are
here all
speaking.
day, and I'm going to fucking your ass if don't you fucking dare.
You could speak
I like this guy.
faster.
If this man had workable hands, you'd be strangled right now.
Right. So here we go. Back when Malakoth threw his fucking hissy fit and decided to try to burn the entire world down, it was up to our band of chuckle fucks to put a fucking stop to that. Simple.
And did that go very well?
Anyways, moving on. We did the best we could during the War of You know what the fuck it's called, right? War of Apostasy.
Correct.
Good fucking job. That's 10 points. I'm so not proud of it. Anyways. We faced off with Big Bitch. All of his proteges. Sealed out cool. Stuffed away a whole bunch of Malakoth's goonies. But when it came time to finally put him back where he belonged, well, it didn't go as planned. We sealed away a majority of his power back in the Nine Hells, but enough of him got away. His goal is to reunite with that power, free his brethren, and remake the whole world in his image. Which is a very bad thing.
I would imagine.
Oh, would you? You'd think that, your memory would probably process it a little bit better than... Whatever. The greater part of his domain still remains down in the Nine Hells, but he's had many, many years to rebuild his strength. Might not be how he was at his peak, but you need to be ready for it.
That's
See.
why I've been training and everything and collecting as much information as I can.
Good. Good. That's exactly what you should do. There's a little extra addition, though. See, given the fact that I've spent the past, you got a sundial, watch, something like that on you? Fuck it, whatever. I've spent the past, couple centuries being dead. I don't know how things really are now. What I'm trying to get at is, you and yours need to seal away Malakoth through whatever means necessary. Sure. Maybe you can go up guns blazing. Wait, do you have guns?
The fuck is a gun?
Alright, you could go up crossbows blazing and,
Oh boy.
kick his ass. But, problem is, when a god dies, their domain becomes unstable. And you see, Malakoth is the god of underworld, the 9 hells.
Oh.
Now, I don't want to scare you, but, maybe if you kill him, nothing happens. Maybe if you kill him,
All the devils and the evil souls of the hells get released upon the world to wreak havoc?
completely possible. Just spitting out there and just... Listen, we didn't really try to kill Malakoth, so I never really got to find out what would happen if he did die. It's... You're seeing what I'm getting at.
I understand the gravity of the situation, yes.
You're a wizard. You're a little magic-y little shit. It's up to you to seal away the rest of Malakoth down there.
Joy.
It's... Look, we tried our best. And we lost a lot of friends, a lot of really important people along the way.
Including some of yourself, from what I've seen.
Listen, we're getting into technicalities that I don't think your mind is able to process.
I'm going to flip him off.
He'll make, like, a dismissive wanking gesture.
I love this guy.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is, we never wanted anyone else to have to deal with this, but Malakoth is a tricky motherfucker. And unfortunately, he had different plans.
How did he get away last time? What, are you telling me you don't remember?
No. I remember very...
Insight check.
None of us were particularly skilled magic casters. I mean, for the time, we were probably better than even some of your prim, proper...
Archmages.
Yeah. But we had someone who wasn't a god chosen who was helping us.
Mm-hmm.
They were the one who was maintaining the wards and... Well, I think you can infer the rest.
Well, it's a little bit of a gap, but either A, they died, or B, they got possessed. I'm not sure which is worse.
We didn't do a good job at protecting.
You're cutting off at like the end of your sentences, boy.
Oh, apologies. We didn't do a good job at protecting them.
That much is clear.
I would kick your fucking ass if I could. You know, hey, how about you go visit my tomb one more time? I promise nothing bad will happen.
Sure, I'll visit your tomb again just as soon as I get the transmutation spells.
Well, I think that about covers my part of things. Any questions before I send you back to the world of the living?
Several questions, many you probably can't answer, but chief among them, do you know the spells that were used to trap this god? At least vaguely.
No.
Oh, that's good.
Listen, you might find this hard to believe, but
You a dumbass?
that was good. I'll give you that. That was good. Fuck you, but that was good. What are your other questions?
Well, the gods have been a bit tight-lipped about it, and you said part of Malakoth's power got away. The gods, do they have a sort of, shall we say, physical core to their being, or are they more just essence?
The gods were originally humans. So yes, they have a physical form.
Good to know. This part of Malakoth that got away, is it intelligent? Is it like cutting a worm in half and another worm grows?
Are you talking about what got trapped, or what still is out here fucking around?
The part that's out here fucking around.
Well, I want you to consider the fact that this is the thing that was plotting all these centuries, and I want you to reconsider that question.
Alright. What about the part that's trapped?
That is the part that's not sentient. It's
Gotcha.
more like a fragment of his soul. Not really intelligent.
So,
Just his
that
raw magic.
that fragment you said is trapped in the Nine Hells, yes?
Yes. Rather, it is fueling the Nine Hells, is probably a more accurate way to put it.
So that means he's trapped on the mortal plane.
In essence.
That's good.
Though he probably wouldn't see it that way.
Well, it doesn't matter what he sees so long as it's the truth.
This part that you're going up against, it is him. His thoughts, his memories, most of his soul. What is down in the Nine Hells is the bulk majority of his godly power. What fuels his domain, what controls his domain. There is a loose thread keeping them bound, but only just.
So, you might not be able to answer this last question.
Alright, hit me with it.
So if a god... hello?
Hello?
Okay, Discord froze for a second. I thought I wasn't coming through. So, if a god dies, their domains tend to get a little messed up. What if the god was no longer, say, well, in contact with the rest of the universe?
Imagine a ship. Imagine a ship with no anchor.
Fair enough.
The gods are what give control and and structure to their domains. If you take away the supporting structure, even if it's not that they die, but you sever their connection to it, it crumbles.
Makes sense. Final question. Can the gods change?
Yes. Unfortunately, we had to learn that the hard way. That's why gods like Malakoth are called fallen gods. Malakoth used to be a different sort.
But what I'm asking is, not if they're a mutable person, but rather, can the gods themselves transfer, shall we say, hypothetically, transfer their domains to another entity?
That's, in theory, yes.
Very interesting.
It's the loosest yes I can give you.
That is all I have to ask.
All right. Well, for what it's worth, I'm proud that I picked you.
You picked me.
I'm visiting you, aren't I?
Fair enough.
Why does that shock you?
Little bit. Generally, the spirits of the dead are supposed to stay in the afterlife.
Like I said, I don't know if your brain is capable of handling the complexity of this situation.
Sure, whatever you say, Ghost.
That's a sick-ass nickname. I'll take that. If you ever visit Irina's tomb, please leave a flower there for her.
I
From
will.
me.
You have my word for all that is worth to you.
That's worth a good bit. All right. Good morning and goodbye. He snaps his fingers and you wake up. Outside, the camp is busy and bustling. Your tent is, well, the same as usual.
I immediately pick up my journal and I start writing in it. Well, I don't have my journal. I pick up my spell book and start writing in it.
Oh boy.
For the rest of you, what are you doing?
Why am I in the mood for pancakes? Vint is gonna get up. Probably still a little woozy from looking at the fragment of the Hellspawn or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh.
And he's just gonna get ready for the day.
Actually, that is a good point. There's something that I forgot.
Oh boy.
And that is...
I feel like the music's gonna stop.
What?
He's gonna say, I feel like the music's gonna stop, and he's gonna say, Vint, here's what you were actually dreaming about.
So, just a quick question. Which one of you four is holding on to the fragment of the Archimedean spear?
It's Vint.
Vint.
It's in my bag of holding, so it's technically not on my person. It's in another dimension.
Technicalities, my boy. Technicalities. Have fun.
Me.
You feel a sensation, like a tugging. Give me a wisdom save.
Yeah, wait until I'm level 15.
No. Even though the Archimedean spear is technically in a completely other dimension, you feel something gnawing at your mind. Whispers in a language you don't understand. One that sounds familiar, but you've never heard. And it's pulling at you, drawing you, calling your name.
Did I succeed, or...
No.
Okay. There goes that plan. I imagine I will open the bag of holding and take a look-see-loo at it again.
Are you pulling it out?
Mm-hmm.
You can see that there is an eerie light coming from the pommel. That strange gemstone-like eye. And you can hear that whispering. Now clearer. It almost sounds like two different languages are being said at the same time.
Spoken.
What?
Spoken.
You're poking it?
Spoken, not
Oh,
said. You fuck grammar. I was a grammar Nazi. Moving on.
For a moment, I thought you said you were poking it, and I could not fucking hear you.
Oh.
Alright. Moving on. Though nothing comes from looking at it again, you still feel that eye staring deep into you. You can tell it's trying to communicate to you.
Fuck.
If you want, you can make me an insight.
I'll make an insight check. $17.
Very good. You get the sense that it feels incomplete.
No.
It hungers for something. Something that you can't discern, but it gives you a sinking feeling. pit in your stomach. The words storm and meld within the mind. Until all it becomes is indecipherable nonsense.
Zevi, I would like to note that I did not actively try to do evil shit. I just wanted to hide this thing, but clearly it's going to whisper to people through walls, so...
I mean, it is slowly consuming your soul, so like... I think the box it was sitting in was made for a very particular reason.
Didn't think about that part.
Just a hunch. I think the box was important.
Okay. What other sweet nothings is it whispering to me?
After the words just become indecipherable nonsense, you can't really glean any.
Shit. I will get out of the tent after dressing up for the day and immediately... Well, I was going to move to Myra's tent, but Myra got a call.
We shall wait.
And you're immediately going to scream at the sky. Everyone in camp looks at you. They laugh at you. For you are a fool.
I am no fool!
Correct, you're a jester, purposeful in your nonsense.
Yeah.
Valor! Azure! What are you two doing?
Guess I'll still be in my tent.
Being an asshole to Buzz. Valor at this point has probably gotten up, stretched, gotten dressed, and walked outside.
As stated, the camp is busy. You can still see in the distance that work on proper houses is still going on, but for what it's worth, the tents and a lot of the supplies that have already been set up is actually quite impressive.
Valor nods, looks back at the tents, looks around camp, doesn't see any of the three bastards. And so, or his three party members, and so he's like, all right, I'll wait for them. And he's just gonna find a place to sit and probably grab a bite to eat.
There's an open log right there.
There is indeed.
As you come out of your tent, Fane and Ren are having a conversation, and both pause, give you a little bit of a wave, and then go back to doing their little chat.
Valor waves at them.
It's not hard to get a fairly well-made meal.
Yeah.
Sure, it might be not as good as your food, but, you know, for camp food, it's pretty good. Got French
Valor's-
toast, scrambled eggs, and fried sausages.
Valor's not that snobby about his food. He has a little bit of pride in it, but not that much.
Am I not allowed to tease you?
No.
I'm gonna bully you even harder now.
You can't bully me this week. This week specifically, you're not allowed to bully me.
Why is that?
For one reason and one reason only.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
I will post it in VC chat. Because I have to grab the image first.
Oh my god.
It's blackmail. It's mail in a black envelope.
Oh shit!
It's easily lost because it's so dark and dingy.
God! Shut up! No.
Get wrecked, nerd.
No. No. I do not. I do not prescribe to this holiday.
Too bad. What? Not. You don't have a deciding vote.
So Azure, what are you doing?
God damn, what is that you're doing? Gee,
Daydreaming.
man, not wrong necessarily. Yeah, no, probably just wakes up. Wait, hang on. What happened? Yeah, no, we're just gonna say wakes up and who might be sleeping right now? Just a question.
I take a deep breath and I get real high.
Yeah, you know what? For that, Azure's just just random fit of inspiration, and he breaks into that song. Fuck you.
He wakes up instantaneously into a song.
As you leave your tent singing this song, the soldier that is standing out, just one of the many soldiers keeping watch, just kind of looks over towards you, and you can just see this look of just what the fuck on his face.
Yeah, Azure's gonna dead in his eyes, and just it's not a deal lean back, but it's just a hey there, buddy, and just saucy wink, and then continue on with his day.
But Laura, you hear this. It's not hard for you to just hear Azure fucking. You know what? Actually, Azure, give me a performance.
All right, let's go.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's fucking go.
16, still good enough.
Oh, 15, 16,
I don't
17.
like that I'm already rolling low, but I'll still be able to take it. So.
Yeah, it's for just waking up, right? It's far better than it has any right being. And Valor, you just hear this chaotic fucking song just belting out of your blue dragon friend.
Valor, mouthful of food, slowly looks over at Azure. And just in Azure's head, all you can hear is, "It's not late enough for this. Cease."
Contrary, it's the perfect time for this. Second verse, go!
Valor stands up and walks over to Azure, who's still singing, and sticks a fork of eggs in his mouth.
Egg.
Yep.
Egg.
You're welcome.
A lot.
See what you've done, Sparky?
I've done something fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you have. I don't know if everyone else appreciates it in character, but hey.
Wait, Valor walked all the way over here.
Fane comes over when you stuff the eggs in Azure's mouth and just. Should I even ask?
Azure just takes a second, chews, swallows. You know us well enough by this point. Do you even have to ask?
You see him tilt his chin up. Thinks. Nods.
Good morning, best buddy! He calls after.
Where is he going?
He's just.
He's filing a complaint.
Okay, listen, Valor, you know him well enough to know that he's probably going to try and make himself useful.
Fair enough.
Ren, meanwhile, he goes to get his own breakfast.
I look back over at Azure. Will you be quieter now?
Takes breath. Tune
Eat.
begins to.
Valor points and just goes, eat, as he points to where the food is.
Okay, if you insist.
Y-
Of course,
so
he says
the
this with a
guard-
smile.
The guard that like the soldier that was giving Azure a look, he is now staring at both of you like, what the fuck? He just shakes his head, just adventurers.
And as Azure's heading to, I assume the food's in this general direction,
Yes.
or
Food is being made here.
cool food. Cool. Yeah. Anyways, on his way to the food, he just looks over. Best not to ask that question today. I don't know why I'm in radio announcer Azure mode, but we're just gonna run with it.
You're having fun. You're having fun. That's all that matters.
Like, as an aside, I just sort of look at it as, I don't know. I think there's a way I can like explain this of like that accounts for just my spur of the moment like accent / like tonal like set, but that's for another time.
You're having fun.
Exactly.
You go over, and you see a gruff-looking cook. Probably just some tavern keep that the academy hired and brought along. He's putting down some loaded plates, just full of goodies.
His
He
name is
looks at you.
Jerry.
Gives you a just and motions towards one of the plates.
Azure, he's about to just be this exuberant, like, thank you, good sir. Stops, kind of head down, and like he's like, I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's this like drops chin, like where you drop. What's it like? Sort of
The
this
downward nod.
No, like I do this sometimes if I'm like rethinking something and I'm like headed in a, I'm trying to think how to describe this. It's like drop chin, but then it's like if you combine the motions of like head tilt and drop chin, so it's sort of like you're but with
Yeah, it's just
icon
downward tilt.
sort of.
It's like a head
Anyways,
cock. It's a head cock.
kind of.
Got it from my head.
Anyways,
I'll cock you.
I didn't consent to that. Moving
Not
on.
you.
He just reconsiders what he was about to say and just nods, or brings his setup, nods, takes a plate, proceeds to chow down. And in a reasonable manner, he's not just like devouring it as though he's, I don't know, he's no uncivilized bard.
Good morning, Azure. I take it you had a wonderful sleep.
He's just got a thumbs up as he continues tucking into food.
Ah, yes. I understand. Well, it looks like Myra may be a little bit indisposed for a couple minutes. Vint, is there anything you would like to do?
Join us for breakfast.
What'd you say?
Join us for breakfast.
Is Buzz here?
I didn't hear shit because his music's loud as hell.
Turn the volume down?
There we go. You were whispering?
I said join us for breakfast.
Ah, fuck it. Vint will leave his tent, grab a plate, and then just kind of fucking kick Valor in the side and sit on the other end of the log, just like scoop cooker.
Valor grunts and scoots. Morning.
Yeah, it's a morning.
Valor looks at Vint when he says that. Did something happen?
Yeah. Gonna need to talk to Tsalia when she gets out of her tent.
Joy. Well, that might be a good thing. I need to talk to all of you anyway. My morning was uneventful. Last night, however, was not.
Hmm?
Because I decided to go talk to a couple of individuals. One of which got me very, very mad.
Oh, good. The war one or the moon one?
War.
Oh, good. It's always great when war's pissed off.
Yeah. Thankfully, it wasn't at any of us. Not technically. But it is something that should be discussed. Whoops.
Did you roll something?
What'd you roll?
I'm fidgeting with 2 spin downs.
What'd you roll?
A 14?
This will decide how well things go. Oh, no!
No! No! Get that out of my fucking sight!
Get out of my face! Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It looks like there is a good amount of, scholars and archivists just busying themselves around the camp, doing, nerd shit, basically. While the soldiers kind of, they laze about. It to them, this is more like a vacation more than anything. The nerds are, they're being exceptionally busy.
Vincent?
Hmm?
Do you ever remember the professor saying what was on this island besides just the ship?
I think there were some ruins we had to go into that were close to the ship, and the ship was just, supposed to be a landmark, right?
That would make some amount of sense. I slightly tuned him out about halfway through his ramblings.
It's very easy to do.
It's not that it isn't interesting, but also he uses big words and sometimes doesn't realize he's not using little words.
Out of character? It makes sense. It's been, 5 weeks because of holidays and shit. In character, it's been a fucking day. This is hilarious.
No. Valor is vaguely complaining about how sometimes if you have someone who has a lot of knowledge in something, like master's or PhD level in our world, sometimes they forget to use layman's terms for shit.
I was more referencing the fact that both Valor and Vint are just what the fuck were we doing here? What was the land? What was the airship again? What the fuck?
Well, Valor knows there was stuff on the island, but the only thing that I could remember was the fact that there was distinctly the airship. I don't know if it was ever fully stated besides the ship. What else was here?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Out of character, it makes sense. There was holidays. We had a big break. In character, it's funny because it's only been a day for these guys.
But did they actually say it though?
Yes.
What was
To-
said? What was stated?
So here, I will give a little reminder. Essentially, there was a discovery of further ruins on this little island, and everyone from the academy wanted to go check it out, excavate, go in, turn into a permanent dig site. But along the way, some other people had gotten shipwrecked, and while they were fixing their boat to get home, some of the deckhands wandered out and found the shipwreck that you all explored. So it was a bit of a 2-for-1 deal. The dig site, the ruins, are actually closer to your camp, but because they needed to be excavated, the entrance needed to be dug out and opened, you and researcher Sandor went to investigate the crash site.
Okay, this makes more sense. Thank you. Valor would not have been confused by this information about the ruins specifically, but he does wish Sandor would use more layman's terms sometimes. Valor might be smart. He's not mage level smart.
I will proceed to use immense vocabulary.
Calm down with the vocabularistics.
What'd you roll?
No! I'm fidgeting with them. I'm not telling you. No, I'm putting these down.
Use
I'm
dice.
picking,
What'd you roll?
I'm picking up my fidget cube.
Listen, I can be curious. Rolling dice is fun.
See, the funny thing is, though, is when you hear it clatter against the table, I'm not actually attempting to roll it. It has fallen out of my hand. So when you say, what did you roll? I've already repicked the dice up and put it back in my hand without looking at it because I'm not intentionally rolling it.
Fair enough. That makes sense. I understand. I'm not sorry, but I understand.
Howdy,
Yep, that's-
fuckers.
Welcome
Hello.
back, shitling
Welcome.
4.
LaBelle?
What the fuck?
What?
I
Zeph?
have a funny joke to say.
Go
at the
ahead.
Yeah.
end.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Valor will look at Vint while they're in the middle of having breakfast, and will also say, "Can we also not set off as many traps this time?"
I don't dungeon dive. That was literally my first one.
Proceeds to add 5 times more traps into this dungeon than last time.
No.
Every square you step on is a trap.
Like, I rob houses. People live in those things, so they don't trap every fucking 5 feet.
Proceeds to add self-defense traps into every home.
Fair enough, I guess. Well, last time was a learning experience, then we can always learn from those.
Tsalia bursts out of her tent.
Someone's awake.
Go! I will get up, grab Tsalia a plate. Turn around, Tsalia! We need to talk!
Before Vint is over there, I'm already next to Valor.
Fuck!
Morning, Tsalia.
I was visited by somebody last night.
Wonderful. I visited someone last night.
Good for you. Did they tell you anything about the Dark Gods?
In a roundabout way, kind of yes, which is concerning.
I woke up to the sweet nothings of a dark god.
What? Valor turns to look at me.
Tsalia was excitedly, sort of excitedly, but like urgently speaking to Valor, and as she opens her mouth to say something again, she freezes and turns like a statue towards Vint.
Pause. I'm just imagining, you know that fucking sound of grinding on concrete? Just I'm just imagining you both just like turning like that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe all 4 of us should have a conversation.
Yeah.
More, a little more private.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear about what you have to say, Tsalia. So we'll start with you first.
I think we should start with me first so it stops whispering at me.
Correction, we're starting with you first, and then we'll go to Tsalia.
Because it's still whispering.
Valor is gonna walk 5 feet and grab an Azure by the back of the collar and start dragging him.
Fuck. Remember me.
I will follow Valor.
I'm gonna go this way.
We're going to the beach.
Yep, we are going over here by this little cliff face.
I heard grab Azure by the collar, and I'm just like, huh, what?
Basically, Valor walked up to you, grabbed you by the back, whatever you were wearing, and started dragging you behind him as he started walking past the tents.
Yep, that tracks.
We could make this more private if you would prefer.
Please.
Yes.
Hang on, let me read. It will take 10 minutes.
That's fine. We've got time. It's the
I
morning.
cast Private Sanctum.
Please describe the spell.
Private Sanctum, I create a contiguous queue. So basically, what I do is I sort of walk around the perimeter around us, and I make this black, to what to the outside looks like a black, foggy cube that just appears and encapsulates us. No sound can pierce it.
Wonderful.
Give me the box. Give me the box. Please give me the fucking box.
Why do you want the box with the very evil object inside of it?
To put the evil object back.
And Valor grasps his hand, or his head, and is like, fun fact, do you want to know what my talk with Ninera and Deus was about?
Oh,
So-
you could fucking yell at me while I'm unlocking the box.
Tsalia pulls out the box and opens it.
It's locked.
You
Because
are
I
correct.
distinctly remember relocking it.
I shake the box.
It's
Stare at
empty.
Vint.
Garbage empty.
What is wrong with you?
I didn't think it would whisper at people.
On the fact,
It is an ancient evil!
on the fact, it's whispering at you because it's eating your soul.
It's what?
It's eating his soul. As it slightly did yours too when you first stared into it.
Joy! Put it in the fucking box! As I shove it into Vint's chest.
I will work on unlocking this.
This is the funniest serious talk I think we've had so far.
I'm gonna fucking puke, dude. I'm gonna fucking puke. I fucking laugh. Fucking roll me Slater, man, you shithead. Oh god, remember when I made that one fucking joke? It was like, the consequence of my actions. It's all coming full circle again. You fucking,
Holy shit!
It's like you take one fucking pin, just and then just click, flip, thunk, shit, and then relock it all in like one swift fucking motion, and then you shove it back in fucking Tsalia's hands. It no longer is whispering at you.
Oh boy! We need to get a lead box for that thing and then just hide it somewhere.
Or
I might
We
hide it on another dimension at this rate.
we could also find a way to destroy it.
That
That
would
is
also probably be prudent.
We need to fucking hide it to destroy it. I don't think we're gonna destroy it tomorrow or within the week or the
I'm
month.
Yes.
putting it in my bag of holding for now.
Yes, until
I
we
will
fi-
think of a way to hide it somewhere nobody will find it.
Yes, I think keeping it on us for now, at least until we find that, is probably the best idea.
Hopefully we'll get enough of a paycheck to get that fucking warded vault, because that's the kind of place I want to put it.
I'm not even trusting it to the wadded vault. I'm going to put it... Okay, what is the, How much do I know about, like, the celestial body, or whatever it's called? What is it? The sphere that we're in.
The planet?
No,
The plane?
a crystal sphere is, it embodies all the multiverse of this particular universe, per se.
Give
Mm.
You're getting fancy with it.
me a history.
I imagine this is a high DC.
2020 plus... I have... 19.
Ask one question pertaining to what you're trying to do, and I will answer it in a way that I will give you the answer as you would know it.
What is the realm of chaos in this universe?
Like pandemonium?
I was literally gonna say pandemonium.
Okay.
It is known as, pandemonium, the realm of anarchy. It's not much is known, at least publicly, other than the fact that it exists, and logic just does not really work there. And not like the Feywild, where, it's shenanigans, or maybe your entire being will be stolen. It's like you will be turned inside out, and your nose will be blue.
What goes up must turn left, twist on its axis, and then fucking turn into a black hole.
It just does not make sense. It is literally a realm where logic just does not exist.
I
Yes.
might very well hide the fucking box there.
Yeah, but things can travel other planes, and they can find it.
Hey guys,
Go ahead.
Yes.
I'm saying this as me, not as Valor. I went into my notes looking for the conversation that Valor, Daves, and Anera had, and apparently my dumbass forgot to write it down.
Good job.
Except for one specific thing in all caps, which is this.
I want to see.
Do not look at the Jin Throat of God render.
Yep, that's how it eats your soul.
Yep. That's all I have from that that is written down. I do remember some of it, but out of everything in that conversation, that's all I have written down.
It works.
Anyway, sorry.
Well, now that we now that we understand that we do not touch the evil sphere, I was met with a dead person last night who was willing to give up more information than the gods normally do.
Ooh.
You know, I don't remember his name. I called him Ghost because he was a ghost.
So you get a sense of like an old man shaking their fist at you from the clouds.
I do know he was the god chosen of the War of Apostasy. I think
you
he
know?
was Deus's. I believe that was Deus's. Is that
Valor,
correct?
Valor dots for a second and goes, "Oh, you're talking about Geo,
Yes, that one.
the one whose giant stone golem beat the shit out of us."
Yes, that one.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
see.
why I was craving pancakes earlier?
Stay out of my dreams, too. Anyway, he was very enlightening onto the fact of, what exactly is happening, rather than the vagaries of the gods. So we all know about the War of Apostasy and how do you pronounce it? Malakoth?
Malakoth.
Malakoth?
Malakoth.
And Malakoth is the dangerous one that we're currently fighting against. Yes?
Yes.
What we didn't know, and I know now, is that in the War of Apostasy, they failed to trap Malakoth.
Like, completely, totally failed?
Not completely. They managed to trap part of his essence into the Nine Hells, which seems to, from what he was suggesting, become part of the Nine Hells.
Ah.
The core of his being, however, is trapped on the material plane.
Oh, good. So we're fucked.
He's very, very weak. He is not as powerful as he was in the War of Apostasy.
Yeah, so weak compared to, the gods.
The gods, yes. However, he is actively trying to, break his way into the Nine Hells and regain all of his power, and when he does so, he will have enough power to completely overrun the world and change it into his image.
I see.
We have another problem, though.
Which is?
Okay.
He's not just the god of shadows and deceit. He's the god of the Nine Hells itself.
Ah.
We can't kill him. If we kill him, all of the Nine Hells quite possibly spill into the material plane.
Ah. Which I'm supposing then, based on this information, our best, or at least first assumption is to see if we can actually do what the others were attempting during the war?
It would seem as such. But I have a hypothetical alternate solution.
One of us becomes him?
Well, that was a vague thought in my mind, but rather, we could, if I were able to learn more about how the gods worked, could, say, divide up his power amongst other squabbling parties to keep them busy for the foreseeable millennium. And trap them somewhere else. It would, at very least, prevent Malkoth from somehow scheming his way into breaking out of the Nine Hells, or wherever we decide to trap him.
I don't know much about magic, but if that does work, it might be a possible alternate solution. Hopefully, maybe.
This is all just conjecture at this point. However, we do know that Malakoth is quite possibly the reason of this war. And were I to guess, well, the war might be some sort of gigantic ritual to split open the material plane and open the Nine Hells.
Oh, joy.
That's just a very vague guess, but I feel as though it might be accurate.
Which means we'll have to actively deal with the war.
Exactly.
This is the best morning ever, guys.
It leads me to another assumption that might be incorrect. This God chosen we've been fighting against, or dealing with, may have a part of Malakoth in him.
Isn't the god chosen we've been fighting our oracles?
Yes.
Is it? Okay,
Yes.
Never mind then. Scratch that. I misremembered.
It has indeed been weeks.
A bit. It has been.
It's there's no need to say weeks. It's been a month.
Don't die. Fuck.
Alright.
Don't die. Joins you.
Either
Fuck.
way, no matter what we do, we're going to need to find a way to trap him again. And unfortunately, our ghosty friend does not know the spell that was used to trap them originally.
So
What
we'll
is it?
need to kick down the doors to the other tombs and hope that they have more information to piece together.
Hopefully, but the problem with that is none of them were the mage responsible for even casting the spell.
You ever realize when you forgot something that you meant to, like, add in?
All the time!
All the time. What is this piece of information?
Long and short of it, Geo would tell you that because he does not know the state of, you know, all the other ruins, all the other tombs, because obviously Malakoth has had many years to be at play and to fuck up any possibility of anyone finding a way to seal him.
Mhm.
It is possible that it's not just one spot that you should go to, but rather each individual ruin might be parts of a bigger puzzle. Each of them might hold clues as to what the process would or should be.
Well, next point on our main story bingo card, the other 3 tombs.
So
Or we can raid the afterlife, find the wizard that cast the spell originally, and interrogate him or her.
wouldn't we have to go from like one plane to the next depending on how fucking good or lawful or chaotic they were though?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck that plan.
Apologies, I meant to actually have that added in, but
It's okay.
I fucking stepped too stupid.
You're sitting there listening to this conversation like, shit, I forgot to give them the next step in the fucking puzzle. God damn it.
You know, I was also thinking about leading up until to this point. It's just like when I accidentally had fucking Sandros let slip like shit about the War of Apostasy that he really shouldn't have known. It's just like fuck. Wait, I have to
What?
save face here.
Wait, what would he not have known?
Just some of the information about the gods and the name War of Apostasy.
Well, he didn't know that because we said it and he was like, what?
Oh, okay, all right. It's been a month, so I guess I forgot shit.
Yeah. There was a couple of pieces of information he did give us about the gods, which you then said was speculation, but I do remember distinctly we gave him the name of the War of Apostasy.
Okay. Yes, that's it. Okay. I was like, wait, hold on a fucking minute. Wait, shit, I think I did something wrong here.
What do you mean we? That was you.
That was me.
Alright, anyways, sorry. Continue, do your thing.
He also mentioned something about guns. Anybody know what a gun is?
No. Apparently your cat does, though. So much cryptic information. What does
Give
it
the cat a
mean?
gun. I say, give the cat a gun. Ah! Sorry. We were getting off track. Sorry, apologies.
Do we know anything about guns?
No. They
Nah.
are not something that the common person has access to, or at least has access to the knowledge of.
So like, I don't know dick. Can't even make a check. Alright.
Tsalia, you're a book nerd.
Yes.
You can make a history.
I already said what the fuck are guns. I don't know jack.
Okay, yeah, alright, never mind. Yeah, no, you guys don't know what guns are.
So Azure, did you wake up to the sweet nothings of a dark god or have weird dreams at all?
Nope.
Oh,
Guess that
that
would
reminds me.
explain why
Vint.
you were singing earlier.
If
What's that?
you ever steal an evil artifact from me again, I will cut your fingers off.
I've done it to you twice.
I blink. What was the other time?
You already bitched at me about that one. It was in the fucking festival. Way back when.
You're right, you're right. The warning stands.
Oh, fucking dying, dude. I'm fucking dying.
She's like, oh, yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm on strike too.
Oh, fuck. This is... Oh. Fantastic.
I had to do this, you know.
Fantastic.
So, with all of this said, the one thing we have no idea about is, well, we have no idea where Malkoth is. But we know he's on the material plane.
At this specific point in time, I'm kind of glad we don't.
If he can possess people, he might be sitting on a throne.
That is possible.
No.
However, the gods were all human once.
Fucking what now? All of them?
Yes, apparently all of them.
Was I aware of this information? No, I was aware of this information. This is info that I have. Valor nods his head to this. Yeah, no, that's true.
It would...
Thought it was just Deus, right?
No, Deus was the newest one. At a time where most people didn't think there would be more gods made, but no, every single one of them was ascended.
It is...
The difference between them is... This is something you would know, Valor.
Mm-hmm.
The main pantheon were given their powers as a blessing from the World Mother. Deus just ascended. Like, no one knows how, why, or, like, what mechanisms allowed it. It just happened.
The World Mother's just here, like, ha, whack. Guess this one's mine now.
Basically.
Anyway, Myra, you.
Mine is a weird fucking cat. Deus.
I don't know of any possession spell in which the physical body would disappear. So, we can, at very least at the moment, until we learn otherwise, assume that Malakoth is a physical entity on the realm.
Unless he's been separated from that form, that is a good assumption, probably.
From
Wow.
what Geo said, it was his core that got away, the personage.
Hmm.
It would make more sense if he was, say, an advisor, in quotations.
I'm pretty sure that tickles at Vint's memory, doesn't it? Because there was it was the king on the throne, his mom on the left, and some dude in a hood with horns on the right.
Ah. I didn't mean to say that in Valor's voice. Unless that was Vint speaking.
I think
No,
that was Buzz speaking.
That's Buzz, more or less asking Sparky.
I believe so. I think we actually have that little thing pinned, don't we?
I think it's in my doc even. Maybe.
So, who wants to go raid a castle?
No.
I do, but
Not
that's
yet.
fucking gonna be a long ways off.
Valor's kind of sitting here as the silence stretches and then goes, so do you guys want to know actually why Deus is the god instead of, well, quote unquote?
Sure.
Why?
I just thought he was hot enough.
You're not, funnily enough, you're not technically wrong.
Oh?
Because the original pantheon was chosen by the world serpent, the great mother, Ixelba. They were all chosen by her to rule over the domains they rule over. Deus just kind of ascended. She didn't choose him, it just kind of happened. And no one knows how.
Maybe his baby mama has something to do with it.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a slight connection, but I also don't know if that's enough, because I don't know if the gods before the war would normally take mortal lovers.
Well, they were human once.
Yeah, but if that were true, I feel like Tsalia would not be as slighted as she is. He whispers that.
Humans are logical beings. That was not in the Tsalia voice. I believe I have caught you all up on everything. Which leads to the next point. Pull up the map, please.
Oh, yep.
The biggin.
Yabba-daboo!
Let's see.
That's really
So-
far. That's really far.
That isn't.
We've been there before, but it's not green, so we haven't gone in. At least not all the way in.
Alright. I guess. What is our current plan? I don't entirely remember.
So once we're done with this quest, woo, that's a square. This is a lot.
No squares!
We're going here. We're gonna do this quest. Then, at least this is the plan I've got. We're gonna do those quests. Then we're gonna do Ren's quest, grab the 14th Legion, and then head back to Dawnbreak.
Because
Do we
Buzz
have-
wants to do
Oops.
Ren's quest. Buzz wants to do Ren's quest last because we have to go to the border.
Do we have Ren with us? I don't remember.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we make a stopover instead of going to Swindon? Try and convince them to take us to Mirestone?
No, because the reason we're going to Swindon is to get a cart so we can ship supplies to Fayborough for Ginny.
Damn, you're right.
So we
I was
can
like-
have free food.
Yeah, so we can have free fucking food.
We should definitely, at least after we go to Fayborough, probably stop at Tomb of Arena.
I could see us possibly taking that little tip because we're right there. We don't know decidedly when we're going to have free time to come back to that region. It might be
Exactly.
decent to stop there.
And with the tiny little little lip here, it might not even take that long to get over there. Like, it's a day per square, but boats go really fast. How far did boats go?
About as fast as a cart. Like,
Okay, too.
you would be able to get from Fayborough to.
That is a square.
Same mistake.
Yeah, we'd be able to make it in one day to get over to Mirestone.
Well, Mirestone's also on this corner of the island.
Well, there is a small settlement right there on this corner. We know that because we went up to warn them about what was happening in the southeast.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So there is the village, the small village that's right there on the island. And we already know where the tomb is, so it wouldn't take us long to get back there because we don't have to rediscover it.
Yes.
You would be able to get there in a day. Like,
Yeah.
all the way to the tomb in a day.
Okay,
Okay.
so once we're done here, we go to Swindon, deliver the goods to Fayborough, finish relationship troubles, Tomb of Rena.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right.
Because at least that way we can have 2 out of the 4 done.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to go fucking home.
I feel like that was going to happen at some point.
But I don't
Liter-
want to see my fucking elderly mother all decrepit and old.
I was, I was,
She's going to look. She's going to fucking have gray hair.
I was going to make a joke and then realize this is the entirely wrong campaign. Because we have another campaign that I made where someone has an elderly grandma that they live with, but she gaslights the hell out of the player character, and we've made jokes about my character very, like, quietly murdering. I was like, wait, this is the wrong old lady.
Alright. Do we need to discuss anything else while we have the private sanctum up? Because we are completely safe from any scrying while it's up. Unless they were scrying when I put it up. Which is a kind of a big if.
Was there anything besides the fact that we should destroy the Archimedean spear that you can remember, Sparky, that Valor would remember?
Not that I mean, there's obviously the fact that like Deus told you about the gods that the Archimedean spear killed and like its history and shit, but like
Oh yeah. Valor would probably give that information. I'm not fully gonna say it because I don't completely remember. I need to get that part of the recording back and write that down at some point, please, Coffee. Thank you.
I just need the rough date if you can recall.
The last session. The
December
very
12th.
tail.
I can.
The tail end of the last session.
All right, I'll get you a. I'll
12.
get it into my OneDrive and I'll give you a link. By tomorrow.
Thank you.
If that works.
fuck, I still need to download the videos that you uploaded last time into OneDrive.
Yeah, and I'm about to upload 3 more, bitch. Square up.
Good.
Anyways,
Good.
Yeah, Valor basically just decides to get the information out, and he lets the group know about the history of the spear and who it's murdered. And the fact that all of the souls it kind of consumes increases its power.
You know, I would think about getting Liam in Secret Chest if it wasn't that I had to spend 5,000 gold every fucking 2 months.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Liam
What
in
a
Secret
shit.
Chest is kind of bad.
It is a little expensive.
Wait, what other spell could I get to do something like that?
I think 8th level Demiplane is the next best bet.
That's a ways away.
All right. I don't think we've got anything left to discuss, so let's fucking dive into this ruin.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go find Professor Sandor.
You can just walk outside the box. It is not a physical object.
Wonderful.
Vint will try and push on it and stumble out.
Should I keep this box here for a bit? I mean, last 24 hours, why not? I'm gonna just leave it here. There's just a random black box on the beach.
Most of the people in the camp didn't notice because of like the hills over here, but the 2 guys that are working on the docks, like unloading shit, like they're just staring at it, just scratching their head, like what the fuck?
And they just see people start walking out of it.
They saw 4 people go in, and then
No, they saw it manifest around 4 people.
I was gonna make a joke about like, all right, never mind.
4 people went in, they never came out.
Came out.
They gasp. Oh yeah, I got inspiration from looking into the fucking spear and having my soul chewed on.
Yeah, because you did that for a very specific reason.
Yum,
So,
yum, 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 yum.
to make sure, we do need to set aside enough hardwood to lay the foundations and structural supports, just in case the soil here is not... Oh! Hello! Oh, good morning! I hope you had a wonderful sleep. We have already sent a team out to investigate and pick apart the wreck that we have seen, and, good news, the entrance has been excavated of the ruins proper.
Anybody report any weird noises coming from within?
Nope. All as, well, planned.
That's good
All
at
is
very
well
least.
so far.
I don't imagine it'll be as quiet as the last one, though. These things never go that way.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and there is a reason why we hired you.
Right. Alright. I'm ready to go in whenever.
Well, if you're all ready, then I can lead the way. Follow along.
Following along.
Follow along. Rather than just, we're just gonna...
Following.
Do.
Is it just the four of us? Or are Fane and Winston,
They're coming.
Fane and Ren coming as well?
Fane and Ren are coming. And,
Oh, actually,
actually,
There it
secret
is.
chest might not actually be bad. It's just weird that it has a random 60-day limit, because you literally call the chest back. You can literally call the chest back and then send it back. So you don't need to spend money every time. Why is there just a random 60-day limit?
anyways...
So that you can't just lock it somewhere. Like, you have to pull it back every now and then.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, nobody can ever fucking know that you have things to steal.
Fair enough.
Anyways, Sandor leads you all along a makeshift path all the way to the main dig site. A few of the scholars are just idling around, waiting. So, Sandor talks to who looks like the main lead of the dig team at present, to have a hushed conversation, and then returns to you all. Well, we are all clear to head down. No one has opened the door yet, but so far does not look like it is trapped.
This is the only one I can fuck with. This is the only one I can touch.
Where did you... What?
Oh, I can also touch the NPCs. I can't touch myself.
What in the hell is happening?
Let me touch myself.
Huh?
You
Ah!
are...
Vint 2024?
Oh, okay, that's what's happening.
What's going on?
Okay, it was purely my end. I was trying to fucking zoom in and stuff, but I just kept fucking, like, the fucking thing entirely disappeared for like half a second, so I had to like fucking find it again. It just
I
being weird and dumb.
know why you're not able to use your token, because it says controlled by Buzz.
I can't use mine.
Falsehood.
I can touch Ren's and I can touch Sandor.
Are they on the wrong layer?
No, they are on the token layer.
I can touch our NPCs and Sandor, and that's it.
Token... Yeah, they're all on the token layer.
I can move myself.
Yeah, I can only touch move Ren. Yeah, no, Sandor and my brain's doing it dumb. Yeah, no, I can only move our NPCs. I cannot touch myself. Or touch myself. God damn it, Buzz! I can't move... Oh, wait.
I can touch myself.
Oh, what's that? What? Okay, now
I
it's
put on
working.
I put on fucking all players to see if I could, like, brute force something here.
Yeah, that works. I'll just have to be careful not to accidentally, like, grab everyone else's,
Alright.
but
Buzz,
that much
try
works.
something.
I can do it.
You
I can move.
It's
Okay.
just laggy as hell for some reason.
It's because it's gigantic. Zoom out.
It's not letting me zoom out now.
It's fucking gigantic.
I tried, but Roll20 was being exceptionally fucking difficult.
My screen's gone black. Now the map doesn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah,
my,
you're having
my
the
shit's
same
working.
problem.
The map is only black in the areas we haven't explored for me. The space we're in currently is fine right now. For now.
Sandor is following along.
All right, I will go first.
I will follow immediately after.
Well, time to go dungeon diving.
Indeed.
Just hang back until we explore the first room.
There is so much lag.
Yeah, there is a weird amount of latency here.
I apologize for that.
It's okay. We'll just we'll do longer moves rather than the normal steps.
Ah! Bones.
Okay, so a lot of
That's
people
a
died.
lot of bones.
A lot of people died in here.
Bones.
What in the hell happened here?
The skeleton army! It's real!
Okay,
Here,
I've gone too far now. There we go. I'm gonna start looking for traps here.
All right.
'Cause a lot of people died.
I ritual cast detect magic.
Investigate and
Question, and there may be a check involved here. Are the bodies, because it's not necessarily clear based on the map, are the bodies, have they fallen such that the as though whatever killed them came from inside or outside?
give me an investigation.
Looks to me kind of like they just kind of starved to death in here or something.
Are those suits of armor in the back?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Where is... Oh, of course investigation is my shittiest thing, but, you know, it do be like that sometimes. Yeah! Dirty 20!
Vint,
Me.
for what it's worth, you actually don't see any traps. You see some signs that maybe some explosive traps went off long ago, just very old scorch marks, but otherwise, you spot nothing. And Azure,
Yeah.
the way the bodies have fallen, you see a lot of them actually have extensive damage from either swords, spears, or even crossbows.
Mhm.
A few of them look to have been just completely, like, bisected by something really fucking massive.
Don't like that.
You look, and it appears that all of these skeletons were actually... The way they have fallen, it looks as though they were charging into the ruins
Okay.
and were killed by something from inside.
Is
Alright.
there is the air an indication to where, or is it just front?
Front.
Okay.
Thing so far.
It does appear that something killed these people.
Detect
We
magic.
may encounter it deeper. Well, clearly something killed them, but my point being, it came from farther inside. It appears they were headed inside when they died. Or charging inside.
It is a good question. Does Tsalia detect magic see anything?
Aside from you guys, no.
There we go.
Fort Gallus looks like it was a battle.
Alright.
Good God, over there.
Yeah. Hey, Azure, light some up. I know,
Yep.
you and
I'll just
Valor are
throw a
gonna
light
have a trouble.
on Vint, I guess.
Well, I would not like the light. Please.
I
put
will-
that
I'll
on
take it.
somebody else.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll throw it on
I'm the least stealthiest anyway.
Lore. Yeah.
Been a hot minute. What is the
This
20
is
foot, 20
the
foot.
light cantrip, and it is one object up to 1 foot cube. Oh yeah, 20-foot radius. And dim light 20 feet. So it's 20 feet bright light, and then another 20 feet dim.
Yep, gotcha.
Hey,
I put it on
get out from the middle. Get out from the middle of the hallway right the fuck now.
There's a ballista over here.
Just get fucking on the sides. Holy shit.
Is that ballista loaded?
It looks loaded to me.
Sparky?
It has a bolt in it, but the mechanisms to fire have long since decayed.
Okay. Still, safety!
I am going to remove this bolt.
You're probably gonna need some help. I'll help.
Yeah, I was about to say, it with two people pulling at it, you can get it out. Just a massive chunk of steel.
All right, the bolt is gone.
But as you have traveled further in here, you see the very obvious signs of battle.
No shit!
It's much like in the last ruins you have explored, a lot of similar armor. However, unlike the last ruins where it was two sides of armored individuals, this is just one side of heavily armored units versus, well, a lot that are unarmed. And yet, the bodies pile up right in front of the sealed door.
The skeletons, can I tell what, race they are?
Me an investigation.
Is there any identifying insignias that have survived on the armor themselves?
Yes, actually.
Head.
They're humanoid.
Are they short or tall, at least?
Varying height. It's hard. There's like a lot of bones mixed up together, so you don't know. You don't even know which bodies go to which.
You grab a bone. This is a femur. You grab a bone. This is also a femur. You grab a bone. It's another femur.
Oh, hey, look at Olna!
Oh wow! This person had 3 femurs. Wow. Valor, as for you, it takes a bit of digging, but to your relief, at least, there's no insignia of any fallen gods. They all seem to be... The few insignias you can find do seem to be just corresponding to the normal pantheon that you are aware of, with a few extra insignias thrown in that you just do not recognize.
I would like to sketch them.
Alright, go for it.
I will sketch them.
Tsalia, your spell detecting anything from this door?
I lean up against it.
Nothing.
I knock on it.
It's very, very heavy.
What type of...
How do you... How can you discover if it's heavy by knocking on it?
You know when you, like, knock on a... you knock on a normal door, you feel the give, right? You feel like... You hear the echo, you feel the vibration. And you have, like, a heavier door. You knock on it, it just does not budge.
Yeah,
Fucking
fair
hurts
enough.
your knuckles to even knock on it.
Is it metal, stone, wood?
It appears to be carved, like, very, very intricately carved stone with heavy metal reinforcements and inlays. It's
I push on it.
very... It is... Well, extremely baroque, and give me a strength.
I fail.
Or I guess athletics would be. Why am I saying strength? Just give me
I
athletics.
still fail.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
Going to start checking for traps now.
I got a crit!
It takes exceptional effort. You press yourself against the heavy door, and you push with for what you have, you push with a great deal of force. Find it doesn't give, pull back, and then shove yourself against this door with all your might. You grit your teeth. You push into the surface until it starts to hurt. Your feet dig into the floor beneath you, and after what feels like an eternity of immense effort, you hear the crunch of stone give as a lot of age and mineral buildup crumbles away, and the door cracks and pushes open. And you are able to see into the main room. And I forgot to make this a separate fucking line for you guys just be able
I'll
to see
just
in there.
dip
Yeah,
in and out.
just yeah. There you go. You're good. You're in.
No traps go off?
No traps go off.
This is a big ass room. Holy shit.
Pretty statue. What type of those wings? Are they feathery or leathery?
Feather.
Am I done sketching?
With how much time it would take for Tsalia to actually shove the door open, yeah, you would finish right when it starts to give.
With how
And
much
when
time
you-
that took, would I have been able to check for traps?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you would not even having to roll. Like you would just like look around, just like you had all the time in the fucking world basically, and you see nothing.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
Valor, once you turn around to see into the room that your friends have opened,
Yeah.
you see a very familiar statue.
How familiar?
You'd actually say it's like the first statue that actually captures his likeness.
Oh my god, it's fucking Deus. Valor does say that aloud as they enter the room.
Is it? It looks
Yes.
kind of young.
Yes!
Are you
Well,
sure?
he would have been young at the time. You got to take that into account.
Man, we're really saying this out loud next to Sandor, right? Ha ha!
He's the one conversing with us.
Perhaps, but
Yeah, that's my point.
most depictions of the god of war have him, well, bulkier, I suppose, is one way to put it.
And you think that everybody who writes a word in a book is truthful?
Well, when historians only have so much to go off of, we kind of have to rely on what we have.
The features within the statue, though, do pertain to a lot of the similar features, besides just the body type.
You are correct, those do appear as his wings.
Whether or not the body type and other features are correct in this matter, it is still very much someone's depiction of the god of war.
Fane just kind of like gently nudges you, like as Sandor moves up to like study the like both the corpse and the fountain. Nice save.
Thanks.
A mow.
Don't forget that, though. History isn't written by the truthful. It's written by those who last.
True enough, I suppose. But this is such a majestic chamber. And once he says that, you all do kind of look and you see like the walls are so delicately decorated. Very fine engravings and accents, as well as just paintings that should not have lasted as long as they have, but have stood the test of time. And even the fountain upon which the statue stands still has flowing, clean water. The floor beneath you is marbled with speckles of what you assume is gold. And despite the corpses, everything seems immaculate.
Hey, do I see any weird writing on the walls that I might ever so vaguely recognize? Because someone who is very unique taught me Celestial.
Perception.
Mm.
There's a lot going on the wall.
I am going to basically try and I'm gonna put a string from the one corner of this wall to the next, so that and then attach a bell to it, so we'll hear anything if something comes down it. Because I don't. We've got 3 big ass fucking hallways to look down, and
Is that a pyre down there? The other ones just led to more hallway.
more hallway. I guess we'll fucking check this one first. Then I put my string back in.
19.
So, at first, you don't really see much. But then, once you start looking closer, you start seeing very flowy scripts, almost weaved in with some of the paintings. You see enough of it to know and recognize similarities to Celestial, but you also very much know that this is ancient Celestial.
Yep, this is the god tongue. Fucking Celestarin. I would like to write what I see down.
Alright.
Valor's doing a lot of note taking and a lot of picture drawing.
It appears
Okay.
that Sandor is doing much the same.
In Valor's mind, he can translate it later. Unless he can, pick out words that he can actually recognize, and then he might do like brief translations in the middle of the notes. But for the most part, he's just trying to get stuff down on the paper.
You do see a few familiar words, but it's kind of like some of the more common words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that really jumps out as particularly special.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll have move to the other hallways, and then come back circled here to where he saw Tsalia, circle back again. You saw the fucking busted up pews at the end of the middle one, right?
I did, but this is definitely the most interesting.
I think there was a broken box looking thing at the end of the other one, but we'll check them all later. I'm gonna go set up a fucking string and bell on the pew one.
Alright.
How long does detect magic? It's a couple hours, right?
10 minutes.
Oh,
10 minutes.
10 minutes. You still have it for like 5 more minutes.
And I can just, ritual cast it again once it runs out.
Who did you guys bring into the last tomb? I know you brought Winston, but I can't remember the second one. I think it was Ren, right? Or was it Squee?
I think it was Squee.
It might have been Squee.
Because we had, yeah, no, it was Squeak. Because it was just, I remember going, it's time for you to go on an adventure.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember.
I definitely know Winston was there because Vint fucking
I dropped him in a hole.
I'm gonna check for traps in this hallway while Vint is off.
Investigation.
What the fuck, game?
You know.
Apparently, I'm a barbarian today.
well, you fumble that and just kind of like patting the floor looking for stuff that you're, maybe might be there, maybe not. No, it definitely is. That looks kind of sus. Oh, that tile there looks like it's a bit up a little bit too far. Fane just approaches Valor. You know, when Winston told me stories of the ruins you ventured in last time, I
Yeah.
never expected anything quite like this.
Really?
It's, I mean, I'm sure the one that you went to last time was a lot more dingy,
It was.
but this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Tsalia?
Are there any pieces of like loose stone anywhere?
Not that you can see, actually.
Damn.
In fact, like, most of this actually seems, aside from layers of dust that actually reveal its age, there doesn't actually appear to be any noticeable signs of damage.
I take out a wooden stake and huck it down the hallway.
Clink, 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 clink.
I finished setting up my string and bell.
Nothing happens. The wooden stake bounces off a few of the marbled tiles and comes to rest right down here.
Seems safe to me.
Valor will keep kind of scribbling what he sees on the wall, but he does respond to Fane like, yeah, from what I can tell, or from what people have said, a lot of the ancient stuff they found have been beautiful, but I'm surprised it's this.
Tsalia, your mind is immediately blasted by just an overwhelming sight of magic, the likes of which you haven't quite seen before. It doesn't,
Oh,
but it
shit.
shocks you. Once you enter this room and you start seeing some of the stuff that is active, it just is bewildering.
What the fuck? I pick up my stake.
Sally, what the fuck are you going down a fucking hallway for on your own? Oh my goodness.
I already checked for traps.
Holy hot shit.
Yeah, you should see it with detect magic. The aura in here is as bright as the damn sun.
Valor hears this. What's going on down there?
There's some sort of magical apparatus.
A magical apparatus.
Wait for me!
Hold on a second. What?
Uh,
Don't touch anything! Don't touch anything!
Holy.
By the gods.
Holy hellfire, great fireballs of hell!
I look at Vint.
Oh my god! I actually can't see anything.
I whisper into Vint's mind. Hey, this looks incredibly familiar, does it not?
By the gods.
What are you trying to get at, familiar-wise?
Sandor, don't get too close. This thing is still active. We don't know if it has any defenses. Do we detect any evocation?
No.
No?
No.
What is the most powerful school of magic? If any.
Give me an Arcana.
Okay. That tells me it's lost to the fucking ages at very least. Where's my Arcana?
12.
18.
You get small hints of just kind of like, maybe transmutation, maybe a little bit of abjuration. Like, you get hints of, like, everything, but it's very, very small. And it's, like, lingering at the edges. But with the device proper, looking into it, looking at apparatus itself as it spins and turns and ticks, it is just pure magic. It is no defined school. It is almost a brilliant, clean white.
The magic radiating off this thing is not defined by any of our known schools of magic, Sandor. Let's be careful when poking at it.
You can see Sandor is jaw agape. He isn't even writing in his journal. His hands are just at his side.
Hi. Does this thing look familiar and or remind any of us of anything?
You're gonna have to remind me. It's been forever since I played last.
There are two things I'm thinking of. I don't know if they are similar. One of them, Vint is, I think, the only one who saw it. But the other one would have been something that all four of us would have seen, which the presentation of it vaguely reminds me of the chamber we met the World Serpent in.
I did get vague hints of that, but however the fuck this is, I've never seen it before.
The other object was unfortunately something that only Vint saw because it was in his session 0.
It was some kind of magic enhancer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember what I called it.
Yeah, I know. I know you had a special name for it.
I did. I'm trying to remember what I called it because I thought I had it. I'm pretty damn sure I know what it is, but my mind is hitching and it's like, is it really? Like, are you? Because I want consistency, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was correct. Okay. By the gods above, I never
Sandor.
thought one would exist after all this time.
What is it?
An arcane conflux. A reservoir of creation magic. Imagine a magnifying glass harnessing the power of the sun.
Yeah, that's pretty easy to imagine from my view.
And then imagine that tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. Thaumaturgy cast within this would be enough to cover the whole continent.
That sounds dangerous.
Indeed, it is.
Let's not cast any spells in this room, guys.
I will also express caution, though. The methodology of using a conflux is lost. The mechanisms, the methodology. As it is right now, it is a showpiece. Dangerous, perhaps, but a showpiece nonetheless. The fact that it exists, one that is intact and functioning, it's... And the water down here, it's filled with life. Without the sun, without rain, it is alive. I never, in all my years, would have thought I would ever see one. Would ever see one functioning.
I'm going to nudge Valor.
I look at Tsalia.
I tap my forehead.
Yes.
I would also say at this point, your detect magic probably wears.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Inside Tsalia's head. Yes.
This feels like it could be dangerous if it could fall into Malakoth's hands.
Oh, incredibly.
Should we do something about this? As much as it's a discovery for the ages, I feel as though just leaving it exposed is a bad idea.
I'm not sure.
Sandor? Sandor, what are you doing?
You see, he just takes a step onto the bridge, and he stops.
I would advise against touching it as well.
This island is no longer openly accessible to the public.
Oh.
This island is under the sole jurisdiction of the Academy and its researchers. Do not inform anyone of what you have seen here this day. Not even trusted allies. Keep this sealed.
I'm just going to look over at Valor.
Even if the Queen herself were to order you, you bring it to your grave. I must express, this is ancient technology that we have never seen functioning before. We do not understand the machinations. We do not understand the methodology. Papers on its use are scant and scarce, and we do not understand until a time comes where we can confidently keep this contained. Do not tell anyone.
I can agree to this.
As can I.
Sandor,
Yes, sorry.
you know Private Sanctum, yes?
Yes, of course.
Might be a good idea to make this a private sanctum.
You see, he pauses. Quite ingenious. Once the rest of the scholars enter down here, I will set to work doing that. We'll see about placing some arcane sigils and preventing any attempt at scrying this location. Quite an ingenious idea.
I just don't want it falling into the wrong hands. This kind of thing could be, well, may make or break the very world itself.
My point exactly, and why you'll need to keep this under lock and key.
You have my word.
You have my thanks.
We're going to check the other rooms while you continue to ogle at creation itself.
As much as I would love to, I am a researcher first and foremost. I must scour the rest of these ruins. It is why I hired you. Besides, it should hopefully give some information as to what the purpose of this place was.
We'll just have to find out.
Yes, we shall. And hopefully we will get far more than we bargained for. Though already, I suppose we have. Anyways, let us continue.
Where the hell did Vint go?
Hey.
He went back down the hall.
Vint?
Other side.
I might not see, but I can still see.
Thank you, Finn.
Is that a piano?
Oh my god, we should have brought Squee.
As you enter, you see what looks like an old performing area, an old stage.
Oh, well, Tony's crashed. Yep, there it goes.
RIP!
What's the condition of this piano?
Fucking immaculate.
I was also going to use both of those words.
I'm going to press a key.
It's a little out of tune, but you hear it chime.
I can see the walls. Never mind.
How is this thing still? How is it not rotted? Even sealed in this place, it should have rotted ages ago.
Indeed. I don't see any...
Speaking of rot, those curtains don't look in too good a shape.
Detect magic, I suppose?
Also, if you want, seeing as you're right next to the piano, you can give me an investigation.
3 plus 8. That was supposed to be plus 8. So that's 27.
Yeah, 27. You run your hand along the surface, and though you don't actually detect any magic, you know, as your finger pulls up a clump of dust and it puffs away out of your hands, you realize that the material, it has the appearance of wood, but it isn't. It has maybe some sort of a coating, but it's hard to tell. It feels artificial.
It's fucking plastic?
No, it's not plastic.
This isn't woods.
Fascinating. If only we today had access to the sorts of magic and technology that they had centuries before us.
All right. I'm gonna start checking for traps down this hall.
And I will cast Detect Magic.
Ashley,
Yeah. Question. So, excuse
answer.
me. As a bard, Azure would probably be familiar with, stages. Yes, both impromptu, sort of field stages, theater-wise, and more, established, structures, right?
Absolutely.
Would he recognize this as a stage?
Yes, absolutely. You have performed on many stages, big and small. The second you enter into this room and your eyes rest upon the piano, the harp, you look at this room, you look at the tattered curtains, you know instantly this was once a smaller but still quite grand stage.
So, I feel obligated to point out that this was clearly a stage. Which means those curtains obscure backstage, stage left and right. Which means the right side probably isn't the only direction we should both investigate and possibly be concerned with.
He has a point.
So, secret door?
Secret tunnel.
That's the vibe Vint got off of what Azure was
Ye-
saying.
Well, yeah, basically just we should probably check what backstage looks like because best to clear that and move on. Also, we might find some interesting stuff there, but also to make sure we don't get jumped.
Vint, you did want to at least do an a trap check for this hallway, yes?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Just because I want to honor the, order of events.
Mhm.
You don't pick up any signs of anything. In fact, unlike the last runes, you don't even see any signs of battle. The only major hiccup was entering.
Hello. Well, that makes the fucking string and bell pretty fucking useless.
Doth I detect any magic?
Not from where you are, no.
Sully just looks back at the wood. What are you?
Lumao.
I am a secret that you will never decipher.
I am the master of the arcane arts! I will decipher everything!
Hello.
Hey, can Vint come back here?
I will crack my fingers and rub my hands together.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, it's quiet enough. You hear the...
And 20
There's
ups out! I
There's
mean,
a
it's more of a
storeroom
stage
back
whisper
here.
than a yell.
I will get to checking for traps and looting.
All right. Investigation. Investigation. Investigation for the traps, and then investigation
Wait,
for the loot.
I'm not trying to drag him. Leave him there. I can't see, but The cat boy
One way or
can.
the
By the way, Azure, once
think
you do
Roll
climb
Twenty's
up
about to
on
crash.
stage,
Yeah.
before the light from Valor fades, on the back of the piano's, little lid, you see the insignia of Didos.
Uh-huh.
Got a 27 for traps.
I'm gonna inspect it.
And a 16 for loot.
Fuck. Cries. I'm not inspecting it. I'm gonna stare at it. Real hard like.
The iconography is extremely familiar, and it makes sense as to why it would be on a piano, but you're not piecing together the puzzles of why it's here.
No, I am not.
The piano itself makes sense. The mark of Didos on a piano, sure, but like, why is it both combined in this one situation? Well,
Could I?
before I get to you, go ahead. Azure, go ahead, say your thing.
No, I was gonna ask a question about Ren maybe coming back and giving me a paw on this, but that can happen after other stuff.
Before I get to you, Tsalia, I am going to go to Buzz first, because he has been waiting for his little investigation here. Unfortunately, you do find some chests that are intact, and some crates that do still have stuff in, but it's mostly just rotted props. A lot of stuff that was used for performances, little backgrounds that have long since faded to the test of time. But I need to find the name for this item. I need to remember it. You do find an assortment of various crystals in a little satchel.
Ooh. Where do we put these things again?
I will be putting it in. Let me check here. Yeah, I'll be putting it in party notes.
Yeah.
I just need to remember what it's called again. And Tsalia, you check the next door, and it's locked.
I try the right door.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. It's locked.
I knock on it.
Hello? Who's there?
Fuck you, I was gonna make that joke. There is no response. It is a hollow wooden thud, thud, thud.
Vint! There's some locked doors over here.
I found some fancy crystals. Let me look at them.
Oh. Tsalia,
Yes.
because the wooden door is thin enough, you do detect a bit of magic.
Okay. For
Through
which
the
one?
right door. Through this door.
There's magic!
I will stash this fucking chest away. The satchel away. Loot? Valor scooch into the thin hallway.
You're short enough, just go under him.
He's wearing enough armor that I can't.
You right!
So it was in the right one?
I'm
Yes.
just gonna let him guess.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Tsalia, Vint will ask, and Tsalia will just shrug.
Fucking bitch. 2 on the right, 1 on the left. Checking the left first.
Alrighty then, give me a sleight of hand. Let's see if you fucking crit fail. I can go, haha, you don't unlock it.
Hold on. I'm checking for traps first.
No traps.
Okay. It's unlocked.
Honestly, you just kind of you test the door handle, and then you realize, oh, it's not really locked. It's just a lot of rust has kind of jammed it up, and just enough force cracks it free and allows you to push it open.
Whenever I see a critical success like that, all I can think of is the fucking lock-picking lawyer just taking his pick and jamming it in one time and unlocking the lock.
That wasn't locked at all. I'll go to the other door. Check for traps.
Also, I found the item. I am putting it in. It's from Griffin's saddlebag, so it's not one of the. So there you go.
Right.
Okay. No traps.
Cool. 120. 15. It's unlocked.
It's in fact unlocked. And I can actually delete these. So boop. You guys can actually see it. There we go. Congratulations.
This room's fancy.
Tsalia, move.
I'm locking, it's laggy.
Do you detect magic in one of these rooms?
There's actually magic in here.
It's that mask.
Yep, Tsalia, you detect it literally right here.
Is it actually that big?
No, it's just to make it easier to spot.
Okay.
I pick up the mask and examine it.
It is a very
Oops.
not. I need better words. It is a quite baroque looking mask. Handcrafted and seemingly out of gold. The features are scarily realistic, with eyes that at first look opaque, but once you flip it around to look through, you realize that it's kind of like lenses, as if some gemstones have been cut and carved just right to fit and hide the wearer's eyes.
Hey, Vint.
And
As he turns, I shove the mask on his face.
okay.
I have a curse on me now. Thank you very much.
Well, I was going to also say that on the forehead of the mask, you recognize an insignia that's very familiar to the one on Azure. And Vint.
Me.
Okay, I did not expect. You know, this is here. Okay,
It's quicker than identify.
all right.
Yeah, it also risks curses. you
Okay,
bitch.
Vint. The mask conforms to your face perfectly, and you get the sense that you can make it look however you would like it to make, like however you would like it to look. And you also just feel an invigorating energy for the arts.
He's been possessed.
You have advantage on all performance checks. However, you are unable to take it off for the entire day, and you must speak as though you are a performer on stage, even if you are not performing.
I hate.
You know, when I made this item, I originally thought, like, oh, this might be something that, you know, Coffee, like, Azure's gonna get, like, he's gonna like it, you know, it's gonna be good for his character, and then I'm gonna get him, like, once he, like, wears it first, and is like, oh, now he can't fucking, you know, take it off, and he has to, you know, do, like, very extravagant and over-the-top recitings of anything he says. And
Hi there, Volo. I didn't expect you to pop it up in our game.
it'd be very funny, and then this is so much better than I could have expected. This is so much better than I could have expected.
Oh, listen, I saw that. I immediately knew it was cursed. Okay.
It's not cursed.
No, it's cursed because you can't take it off.
Just for the rest of the day.
It's sort of almost cursed.
It's
It's
a
still-
kind of curse.
Yeah, it's a kind of curse.
It still maintains the appearance of a mask. You can change the appearance of the mask, but it will always obviously be a mask.
How do you feel?
That's just mean.
Don't like life. I don't like this at all. The mask just has a very, very hard frown in it now. I hate this so very much. I hate everything that I'm feeling right now, Tsalia. What have you done to me?
Tsalia just puts her hand on her chin and nods.
Hello! Is that another performer here?
I think it might be Azure.
Well,
Ha!
Valor turns and
Good
looks back down the
morrow,
hallway
sir.
like,
You weren't expecting the voice, were you, bud?
Well, and I also don't think he was expecting me to lean back in my chair and pull off, like, a distant yell.
What? Oh my god.
Look, man, if there's anything I've learned from Thor, it's that you gotta know how to work. You leverage your mic and in ways that allow you to do some fun shit. So.
Oh my god.
I am smiling so hard it hurts.
Sparky's dying. Zeph was dying and might be slightly die again. Vint's dying inside.
Oh fuck.
Tsalia's having the time of her life for the first time in centuries.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Oh, I must get this off of my face. Tug. Oh, fuck. No, God, no.
So much for being stealthy, I suppose. I'm going to walk into the other room.
So, entering, you can kind of tell like these are like the dressing rooms for the performers, but obviously like the clothing that was there, what's used for like costumes and stuff, you can still make out what it was supposed to look like, but it has
Full of moth holes.
you're not moth holes, but you're sure that if you picked one up, it would just kind of crumble.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks fragile. It looks delicate. It looks. It's something you shouldn't touch.
After you, you good sir.
You fucking bitch. It's a very hard frown on Vint's face, although it's in a mask.
I'm going to turn around the corner and shout, "Vint's been possessed! Everybody run!"
Oh no, whatever shall I do? I have been possessed! Somebody dispel magic on me! I have been possessed by this mask! Anybody at all! I will pay you most handsomely.
This is basically the fucking mask right now. Just the most aggressive frown.
Somebody kill me.
Oh, this
Hiya.
was so worth it.
Well, Vint, I never expected you to, have such an inflection in your voice.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Azure will dramatically, like, take the back of his right hand, put it up against the back of it, up against his forehead, and just lean dramatically. Neither am I.
Well,
I need assistance.
I
Get
guess
this
we
off my
have.
face.
I guess we have two bards in the party now.
I will stab you.
Fuck. The only thing you stab is my heart.
Look. I can't get it off my face. And it's making everything suck.
There.
Tis the performer's life. Mind you, he's not left this pose.
There, Vint.
Fane, I will replace this mask. I will replace your mask with this one in the morning.
Fane draws his sword.
No, it's just the curse of the performer.
No. Oh, okay. Well, listen. These sorts of mishaps do happen in the line of research. You never know what to expect once you're going into various archaeological sites. There's no need to get violent. I am certain that it is not something that is permanent.
I will put my hands on Sandor's shoulders, knowing that he has Dispel Magic, and I will shake him violently. Get it off! Get it off!
Internally, Azure will look up and just, Didos, you magnificent bastard. Please, like, and he'll say, if it is not too much, if this can continue for the day.
You are begging and pleading to God right now, and that's, you know I'm fucking tempted.
Look, he's like,
Sacrifice
is he
my
religious,
inspiration
man?
to
No,
cancel out
but
your
we're also in
temptation.
a setting of that gods are real. Like, it doesn't have to be religious. I mean, Adder's had conversations with him multiple times now. Like, it's not unreasonable for him to at least take a shot at it.
I don't think it's coming off without a dispel curse. Or remove curse.
Sandor will lift his hands. He will grip the mask. And he will cast Dispel Magic. And pop! Off comes the mask.
Damn it!
Oh my god. Oh.
Azure will look down at the floor, look up, and just internally, I understand.
You can feel that Didos is also weeping right now.
Now.
Just, Azure will, in response, Azure will shed a single solitary tear. Genuinely. But it will not show to anyone else.
I imagine he's turned away. Like, in a pose.
Oh yeah, no. Now it's his back of his left hand against his head, and just and drops it like it's like a second.
Azure, gain a point of inspiration.
Have I burned the one I've had?
Oh, you.
Well, hang on. I've had because I have it checked. I don't remember if I burnt. No, I did, didn't I? It was like one of the last 3 sessions before we broke for
Yes.
Oh,
winter.
yeah.
I did something with it, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're good. We're fine. Yeah, I'll take it.
Sandor will put the mask into your hand, Vint.
Thank
It is
you.
still in the form of a frowning mask, the way you left it.
Thank you so much. Vint will glare at Tsalia. How much money do you want? I will give you everything.
No, I will. This will be a freebie for now because, well, I would like to proceed through our delve and.
Shit. I will slip it into my bag of holding.
I'm gonna get tortured later.
Azure will just be side-eyeing it the whole exchange.
Fucking.
Not like a
God damn
judgmental
you.
side-eye, just, watching out of the corner of his eye kind of thing.
It was for research.
You don't know how bad that could have been.
I know exactly how bad it was.
Let's go down the next hall. Jesus Christ.
Who else is coming with me? I don't want to be alone with Vint right now in that mask.
Real quick, if I may. This is at Sparky. DM.
The stream isn't making audio. I assume his internet's died.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. We'll be right back, folks. 3.
My internet destroyed itself because of a very funny little cat.
He's just
So,
a funny little guy.
So, Coffee, you were asking Sparky, I think?
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, because before we realized you were dead, I was gonna say, since, regarding the piano, I will roll performance for this, because I'm just going to assume it's gonna require performance. But I want to sit down at the piano and just do, or Azure will do this, a bit, essentially, but just sort of think of it as, I want to say, like, barbershop quartet-esque, like, upbeat sort of ditty into sadness to commemorate this fantastic mask masquerade that has unfortunately ended. And then he will bow at the stage, and continue on with the exploration, because we do actually have a point to be here.
Give me performance with advantage.
All right.
As you play.
You're getting cut off at the end of your sentences again.
God damn it. As you
Rip.
play, your god-chosen mark begins to glow.
Oh.
As does the symbol of Didos on the piano.
Oh.
And not only does the music carry itself further, but it almost seems to retune itself as you play into a perfect melody.
Oh.
And almost for a moment, as you finish your performance, you hear faint echoes of applause.
At that, as he finishes, he will most assuredly like stand up and bow to the stage. Like more, like he was gonna do it just more of to add to the bit, but now it's more real in a sense. Not that there wasn't a sense of realness to the action before, but there's a sense of acknowledgement to it that that wasn't there before. But then,
Where was your God chosen mark again?
oh fuck me. I'm trying to remember.
I think I have it in my notes. Let me just check here.
Yeah, I'm looking at my character sheet notes as well. Stand by.
On the back of your right hand.
Yeah, there we go.
Are you wearing gloves right now?
I would be wearing the gloves, yes.
Okay.
The healer's gloves.
At the very least, Sandor does notice the emblem of Didos begins to glow. And though he very clearly does not piece anything together, he does lean into the piano. Oh, fuck me, dude!
And then he inhales a bunch of dust.
Is that on both sides of the piano?
Yes.
I didn't really pay attention to that. Oops. Now Valor and I have both done a fucky wucky in front of Sandor.
I mean,
Curious. Tsalia?
Well, not an actual fucky wucky, but...
No, it is not.
Strange.
Perhaps the spirits of the god are here.
Perhaps. Very interesting. Well, let us.
That's just bod shit. You know how we are. Let's go.
I think the only one that's going to be incredibly unfortunate if we come across something that activates the God Chosen mark is a Valor, because I think Azure, Tsalia, and Vint all have theirs covered by some type of clothing. Valor's is his eyes.
You can. I think you can come up with the excuse of I have cast a spell of some kind that lets me see stuff.
I was actually about to. I was about to actually say, maybe that was just, Azure putting on a bit of an extra show.
Perhaps that is a more reasonable explanation. Still, I was intrigued for a moment. Fuck, dude, I can't stop coughing.
Buzz, you're there, right?
I am here.
Okay, cool, because I see you doing the spinny wheel over your name in Roll20, so I wanted to be sure of that.
As you enter this grand
That's
hallway,
fine now.
you see many golden statues dedicated to various gods. You see... Although, these depictions are not one you are familiar. And it almost takes a moment for you to recognize which one is supposed to be which. So,
Some sort of hall for worship, perhaps.
perhaps.
Oh, that's a fancy looking door. At least I'm getting some fancy colors off of it, despite the blackness and the darkness and the... That's technically supposed to be there. Oh, it must be colored glass that I'm seeing through. This door is closed, right?
Yes.
Alright, we'll leave this alone for now then. Let's circle back to the fucking open hallways and go to the open room.
I mean, we're already here.
Yeah, but this is a closed door, and I like to keep closed doors closed if they...
Do I detect magic behind it?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
There's magic behind it.
An extraordinary.
We're going this way.
Damn,
Is that-
really?
Yeah, that looks pretty fucking important, Tsalia. We're going this way.
You don't want to check for loot?
That can come after.
I mean, I would like to inspect it.
See,
Oh.
Santa agrees with me.
Look, if shit goes south when we open up that door, there's an entire room we wouldn't have explored. If we have to evacuate. So let's just go this way.
I will say, Tsalia, you did
Then-
not pick up anything.
Vint, I did not pick up any evocation or transmutation or any necromancy either. Or even conjuration. Not to mention, there's not been a single fucking skeleton in this entire area.
Let me be paranoid, Tsalia.
No! You're being too paranoid!
Great, a bunch of fucking hallways that go in a bunch of fucking directions.
Do you maybe want to go back to the way where there was only one direction?
Jesus fucking Christ. Fine, come on. Is
How
roll
did
20
you
crashing?
see in- Roll
Yep,
20
it's
should be
crashing.
catching. Oh no. How the fuck did you see in there?
Maybe there's like glass bits? Because it was like blue, red, and then purplish on the. It was blue, red on the right, on the left rather, and then purplish on the right.
Weird.
It's because fucking Roll20 is fucking dying. This entire map is really laggy.
All right. I'll start checking for traps.
Roll it up.
I don't fucking know. The one trap door.
You are honestly not really sure. The way this door is crafted, the way it's designed, it's nothing like you're used to. And honestly, you really just cannot parse it.
All right. Is it locked?
I'd look at it.
You don't know.
Well, I'm interested in this door.
If you
I
say
was
so.
interested in it first.
Oh, are you looking for traps?
I'm just looking at the door all over.
Oh.
Do I see
Oh.
any traps?
You do not see any traps.
Anything
but as
else
you're
of note?
As you're looking it all over, you do see designs that almost mimic an artistic representation of the World Mother. And each segment of her body is inlaid with different colored glass. And Vint, you skillfully unlock the door. And the eyes of the dragon begin to glow.
The eyes of the dragon. What now?
So,
The
I-
World
I-
Mother is depicted on the door.
Oh, okay.
the door slides open.
Whoa.
Oh,
Very pretty.
Tsalia, go, 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 go.
I'm going! Oh my god! They have all 7 Chaos Emeralds!
All 7. Fool, look at the hallway. There are 11.
Okay, no, the ones in the circle are the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Those other ones, those are Time Stones.
As you enter, Tsalia, the entire room is just brimming with magic. You
Divination,
immediately...
perhaps?
What's up?
Divination, perhaps?
You immediately tell, like, all the crystals on the, like, that are polished and on the sides of the room, those are just the various elemental crystals that you have come to, you've come to know.
Mhm.
But in the center is this teardrop-shaped crystal that is flowing and drifting and rolling with every color in the spectrum. There is no pattern, there is no order. And it is encased in this very finely master-crafted golden cage with words engraved into every inch of the metal.
What to say?
You have come across this enough times to know it's ancient celestial.
Valor, what does it say?
I will go over and look at what the words say.
Because you have made so much progress in learning ancient celestial, I will actually give you advantage on deciphering this.
Oh, Pog.
I cast sending to one of the gods. Hey, what does this say?
Roll a d20. On a 1, it doesn't reach the god.
What am I rolling?
Fuck. What
Shit!
did I think I had. What did I have you roll for languages? Was it history?
I think it was religion because I actually have a decent religion.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, religion makes a lot more sense. I couldn't remember. It's been so long.
Honestly, I think it would depend on the language.
Yeah, but this one, religion makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Like any normal language, maybe history, but for demonic and celestial and abyssal and all that sort of stuff, religion makes sense.
And the literal language of the gods.
Yeah.
16.
Let me send this to you.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Valor's just mumbling to himself as he looks at the words like
I'm gonna start inspecting this cage for traps.
So, I will say, on closer inspection, it's a completely separate piece. The cage holds the crystal, but the cage itself is not latched onto the platform it's on. In fact, if you look on top of the cage, you see a handle which, honestly, you can very much tell, like, it's used to carry.
Okay. I'm going to check the pedestal for traps.
The Master Emerald, we're gonna be socked in the face by Knuckles.
Huh. And that is an audible huh from Valor.
There are no traps. And you actually see a placard on the pedestal with multiple different languages, all saying the same name, Radiant Source. And it has a description. And I will send this to you.
Where specifically were these words that Tsalia pointed at for me to read?
They were on the cage of the crystal that Vint is currently studying.
then I am also up
You would also be able to read the same placard
there. Ooh.
because you're literally right there. You're inspecting it. You're doing all that. So
There are words. I've been told to read words. I will read the words.
The words.
The words.
There are 10 elemental damage types and 11 distinctly colored crystals. Poison, radiant, presumably ice, fire. One of the pink ones would be psychic. I suppose the other would be force. Acid, necrotic, lightning,
Which leaves this one.
That was fire.
No, fire was this one.
fire. One of these 3 pink ones would presumably be force, and the other psychic.
So, give me a perception check.
I feel like
Aaron or me?
Because you're the one that's currently looking at all the crystals.
20.
This is the only crystal that is not
Okay, so it's not it's black because it's not glowing.
This seems to be the only crystal that has no magical energy inside of it whatsoever.
So
A missing element.
either it's the missing element. Yeah, no, it would just be the missing element. So one of these purple ones would then be necrotic instead.
I imagine the dark purple is necrotic.
So that's necrotic. I'd say this one would be psychic, this one force, acid, fire, lightning, poison, cold, radiant, thunder.
I will also say that while you are staring at all this, Sandor has kind of just fallen to his knees, staring up at the wall that surrounds this entire chamber.
Sandor, what did you find?
hang
He
on.
does not. What?
No. Sorry, go ahead first. I have a thing, but go ahead first.
No. Go ahead. Say your thing.
Polite off.
I'm actually very
Um.
What are you gonna say?
So this is equally in character and out of character. Out of character, I'm looking at this and I'm noting parallels to Baldur's Gate 3. However, where I'm particularly noting parallels has nothing to do with the colors associated with the damage types. It's the colors more of... Well, no, hang on.
I still haven't completed the game. I still haven't gotten past the first act. I've been
No
Um,
spoilers.
Man, it's almost we need to get a multiplayer session going, but I digress. Anyways,
Any and all,
but
any and all BG3 talk is now denied.
damn. So I'm looking at this out of character, and I'm noting there's an equal mix of, or potential of, the color of the elements leveraged there, and also there's something to be said for, the color of all the different Dragonborn. Where this then applies in character is, and this likely will call for some sort of check. I'm not entirely sure what, but I'm sure it will. Would Azure, as a Dragonborn, note a pattern here? And the reason behind this And this is where this gets, and I'm trying to avoid metagaming this. That's why I'm being very transparent on what elements are coming from where. Where this gets blended into a gray zone is in character, out of character. There's some parallels to blue being lightning, white being cold, things like that. Black being acid, perhaps. Now, radiant, I don't know, comes off as yellow in the, and that's where it comes in. Out of character is radiant is identified as yellow in the game. I forget if it's quartz or what is this tied to the dragonborn color. So this is where it kind of breaks down to, I'm not 100% sure one way or another. Crystal, thank you. I was thinking quartz, but yeah, that makes more sense. Thank you.
Give me an Arcana or a Nature.
One second. I gotta bring up character sheet because I'm thinking on what makes sense in my head, not what gives me the best. Well, okay, it doesn't matter. Both are gonna be +3. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna say, because Arcana would tell me if this is related to Dragonborn. Arcana would be the magics. I'm gonna say Arcana. Because that ties into the magics that Dragonborn then leverage, if it has any relation. So therefore, Azure is going to be wondering in his head, is there any tie-in to Dragonborn? However, Arcana. So, let me... Okay, not great, not terrible. 15.
This is enough to know that when it comes to the elemental crystals, their colors are not always indicative of dragons, right? So dragons may keep certain elementally aligned crystals with them, but they won't usually be the same color. So the blue, in this case, would be cold. Yellow would be lightning. The way that Vint, read it, that is more of how it is. These sorts of crystals are common enough in this world, at the very least, enough for you to know that there is no direct one-to-one dragons.
Damn. I was kind of hoping for that. That would have been cool as fuck. No, that's fair, though. That makes sense.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. I had to make that. I had to ask the question because it was just enough that I didn't think I was going to be make some sudden realization, but I had to ask the question because it would have been dope as fuck.
Real quick, before I bounce over to Tsalia and Sandor, Vint and Valor, what you both have gotten the information that you have gathered. What are you doing this now?
I am inspecting that gem, that teardrop gem in the middle of the cage, and I'm looking for an 11th color.
There is none.
Okay. So it's just 10 colors right now. And maybe a little bit of black in there or something.
A little bit of clear.
A little bit. Okay, clear.
It's no. It mostly is just the colors that you see. There is no 11th gap. There is no 11th.
Okay.
And Valor, real quick.
Valor has looked at all of the writing and is partially in his head. He's not speaking anything aloud this yet. He was kind of thinking of the translation and what it might be, and also what it sounds like if he was to speak it or attempt to speak it in Ancient Celestial, what he thinks it might be pronounced as, but he's also curious as to what's happening with Sandor. So he's waiting. But he does want to do something in the room, but he wants to see what's up with Sandor first.
Sandor motions to the wall. And surrounding you all are engravings of the pantheon. But not the pantheon you would as. There is a vastly greater.
You're cutting out again, boy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I actually had to stop because I messed up my words. But there is a vastly greater number of gods than what you know. 31 in total.
We knew that.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, but most of them were scratched out, remember?
Yo,
We don't know
yeah,
what
there
they
was that. They
We
were
don't
all
know what-
scratched out.
Most of them were scratched out. And you also have to remember, this is the first time Sandor has seen this.
Is this pristine? Can we
This is
see them all?
pristine. You can see every single one.
That is fascinating.
Ah,
You can see this has, without even an insight, you can see that says shaken Sandor to his core.
well, Laura will step up to Sandor if Tsalia isn't going to do anything. Or if Tsalia wants to, then go ahead, Myra.
Sully is not emotionally capable.
Understandable. Valora's going to put a hand on Sandor's shoulder.
He jerks and looks up at you. Apologies.
It is alright, I just want to make sure you're okay.
Why would the church... Why would any of this be hidden?
Who's to say it is hidden, per se? So much as just forgotten.
No, there would be some historical record. Paintings, something, books, scriptures. Where did it all go?
Maybe somebody from the Gods' War went out there and just decided to trash the ones that died.
But why? For what purpose?
Maybe they were the enemy. The
I
enemy
don't
that got
see-
away.
Maybe the reason we might not know this is the same reason none of their tech barely exists.
You can see this has given Sandor a total crisis of faith. And though he nods, he kind of stands up and he pats you on the arm, Valor, and then goes and just sits and just stares up at everything.
Sandor,
I need time to my thoughts. I'll be safe. Just
Okay.
continue your own investigations.
Well, what about you two? Make any headway into the big rainbow gem?
I'm going to carefully grab the handle.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
And
It's
I
about
will.
the size of a lantern
Okay.
and comes up pretty easily with no adverse effects.
Right. I will. Oh,
I'm
that
just
thing,
taking
that
it
thing
'cause-
glows.
I'm just taking it because you have picked it up. So
Are we sure this gem isn't evil?
Yes. The writing here, the one that's in multiple different languages on the placard itself, calls it a source crystal. It has it is aligned to all elements and furthermore has the ability to change the elemental alignment of any crystals within its own vicinity.
Interesting.
I'm going to pull out Revelation and tap the pommel against the golden cage.
Nothing happens.
All right, so it's not a conduit. It keeps it safe then.
Furthermore,
I would say you can easily reach in and touch the crystal itself. It's not
Oh.
like blocking you or anything.
Okay.
It is just holding the crystal.
I'll let Valor finish his thing then.
I do know what the ancient celestial says, though.
What does it say?
And Valor looks back up to the ceiling to make sure he's reading it right and translate it. Or the
It's-
placard, not the ceiling, excuse me.
The inscription is on the cage.
Oh, that
It is
Vint's
engraved
holding?
into it is engraved into the cage that is holding the crystal.
Valor holds his hands up. Myra?
Yeah, just a moment. I will tap the pommel of my dagger against the crystal inside.
Roll me a 1d10.
That's a 20. This is a 10. I got a 6.
You see, as the blade changes to a dark purple, the damage shifts to necrotic.
Oh, that's fun.
Huh.
I'll hand that to Valor.
Valor will take the cage.
You also do notice that the glow has dimmed slightly.
Okay, so that's not something you can just go. Da, 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 da.
Let's try and maybe keep from doing more of that. Though it is neat to know. The words on the cage. Of tender heart and courageous spirit, I leave you with my legacy of love. Cut the dark and hollowed path with mother's gift of radiance from above. Carry with you conviction to walk the righteous road, brighter than an eternal flame. Love forever, true and kind. Leave the world better, but never the same. O'er the river and under the shade of trees, colors bloom with vibrant light. Give thanks and live a life that's true, and never let hope be out of sight. A life well lived, your home at last. Twilight fades into the past.
That's a cute poem.
With that, we will end session.
Lol.
Yay!